D'Amico.
Present.
Senator Day.
Present.
Senator Foltz. Present. Senator Gale.
Here.
Senator Garcia.
Here.
Senator Harmon.
Here.
Senator Henderson.
Here.
Senator Hurtado.
Here.
Senator Hammond.
Here.
Senator Kassoon.
Here.
Senator Marshall.
Present.
Senator Mojica.
Here.
Senator Perman.
Here.
Senator Ramal.
Here.
Senator Salas. Senator Sargent. Senator Shrestha.
Here.
Senator Walker.
Here.
Ganesh. Caitlin. Shakar. Talon. Liam. Jessica.
All right. If you all join me.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Senator Henderson.
Move to approve last week's minutes.
All right.
Unanimous.
Seconded by Senator Walker. Unanimous. Motion carries. Senator D'Amico.
I move to approve this week's agenda.
Second.
Senator D'Amico has moved to approve this week's agenda, seconded by Senator Hurtado. Unanimous has been called. Motion carries. At this time, we will open the gallery for any questions. Cool. Announcements and correspondence. Debbie?
Hello. So I'm Debbie Green. I'm the Director of Scholarships. How are you guys? So ASISU Scholarships again for Fall 2017 awards. We processed 530 applications on the Bengal Online Scholarship System. Removed names, which I think is a very fun thing to do. Max award could not exceed 25% of full tuition. A memo was put in each of your mailboxes last week for Fall 2017 awards. A total of $61,991 has been awarded by the committee. So I'm here to ask for your approval so I can move forward and make those awards to students.
Senator Walker?
I move to approve the 2017 Fall ASISU Scholarship.
Second.
Senator Walker has moved to approve the Fall 2017 ASIC scholarship, seconded by Senator Brogan. Roll call.
Senator Becker. Yes. Senator Brogan.
Yes.
Senator D'Amico.
Yes.
Senator Day.
Yes.
Senator Foltz.
Yes.
Senator Gale.
Yes.
Senator Garcia.
Yes.
Senator Harmon.
Yes.
Senator Henderson.
Yes.
Senator Hurtado.
Yes.
Senator Hammond.
Yes.
Senator Kassoon.
Yes.
Senator Marshall.
Yes.
Senator Mojica.
Yes.
Senator Perman.
Yes.
Senator Ramal.
Yes.
Senator Salas.
Yes.
Senator Sargent.
Yes.
Senator Shrestha.
Yes.
Senator Walker.
Yes.
All right, and with that, we approve the scholarship.
Thanks. Have a great summer, you guys.
Alrighty, Val.
Good evening, Senate, and this is the last Senate meeting, so I just also want to express my thanks to you guys for all your support with our activities and stuff. And those of you who are graduating and moving on, good luck to your future. And those who are staying, I hope that we get to work together again. So, with us tonight, the Medical Assistant Student Organization, I have Shantae Willis here, and they have revised and updated their constitution, and I'm going to turn the time over to Shantae.
And if you could spell your first name.
Shantae, C-H-A-N-T-E, Lewis, L-E-W-I-S. Like she said, I'm with the Student Medical Association. With our club, we mostly work with the students in the medical assisting program, helping them market, help them with contacts with other medical assistants that are in the field right now. We do a lot of volunteer work. Recently, we did Chrome the Dome. That's kind of our big fundraiser that we do each year. We do Christmas for the veterans in December, well, November and December. We do a large food drive in November as well. And then every October for Medical Assistant Appreciation Month, we throw a luncheon for all of the medical assistants in the area to help show how much we appreciate them and how much that they are worth to us. A lot of times they get under noticed. So we try to show the community what medical assistants do and how important they are to the medical field. Are there any questions?
Is there a motion to, Senator Walker?
I move to. Was that what you're doing?
I'm just gonna ask what changes were made. What changes were made to the Constitution?
The only changes that we made from the previous constitution had to do with a grade point average for the presidency. Our previous constitution didn't have a grade point average requirement for the presidency. We know that it's not an extension of the class, so we didn't require that of members, but we did feel that the presidency needed to have a higher standard set since in the program you must have an 85% in order to progress. We thought that that was an appropriate percentage for the presidency as well. And then we also updated dismissal and removal of officers and of an advisor, and those are the only changes that were made.
Senator Walker?
I move to approve the changes to the Constitution of the Medical Assisting Association. Student Association.
Second.
All right. Senator Walker has moved to approve the change, constitution changes to the Medical Assisting Student Association, seconded by Senator Solis. And Mrs. Nicole?
The other club we have tonight is the ISU Electronics. And I was really excited to work with John. This has been there was a little bit of confusion when I really started it last semester, and I can't remember the one person I was emailing had left. And John has been so great coming in, and they updated their constitution. Well, they didn't update because they were brand new. They put their constitution together. They have filled out their registration form, and currently right now they have 21 members on their registration. I'd like to turn it over to John and let Tim talk about some of the things they have going on.
First and last name, please.
My name is John Hubert, John Hubert. And as Val said, that I'm starting the ISU Electronics Club. One of the instructors for the robotics club has asked me to kind of get this going with the goal of participating in Skills USA competitions, as well as doing community outreach, trying to get people involved with electronics, get them excited about progressing technology. One thing that we have already participated in is we were invited to go to a STEM family night last week at Alameda and Highland High School to kind of show kids what you can do with electronics and everything that all the fun stuff that is involved. As far as the community outreach, one thing that we are currently in the process of trying to do is get everybody certified and licensed to operate ham radio, because the local ham radio association in Pocatello is they've actually shown interest in collaborating and doing safety experiments with ham radios, and they need more people. See other things. Does anybody have any
Any questions?
questions?
Senator Cole?
I could be wrong, but don't we have a Skills USA club for you to be part of?
Skills USA you're correct. There is a Skills USA. Skills USA is under the College of Technology. So there's skills, but then there's like cosmetology. They go to Skills and they compete, and we have sheer design. And so there are College of Technology clubs that do compete with Skills. Is that? So originally they had Skills on this, and we took Skills out of it because this is a much broader than just competing for Skills. This is going out and doing community service. It's also open to any student who would want to be in that club. And however, if some of their members want to compete with skills, they have, the club can vote on that option too. Does that answer your question?
Senator Walker.
I move to approve the, IH Electronics Club.
Second.
All right, Senator Walker has moved to approve the IC Electronics Club, seconded by Senator Day. Unanimous vote. Congratulations.
Okay. Our last club tonight is the Middle East Cultural Association. Okay, but there's two MECAs here. Is it? Because we have MECA too, so. Yes, we do. So, but it stands for something. So we could have two MECAs, but they stand for something else. But tonight, we have the Middle East Cultural Association, and their goal is to promote cultural exchange and to reduce discrimination against Middle East and Muslim students. And also their biggest thing is to promote an education about the Middle East. And so I am going to turn this over to Mursad, and I will let him talk about the club and some of the activities. They've been really active. They've even started a meeting already, and they have filled up, they have 35 plus members, so they ran out of room on a sheet. So they do have a number of members.
Hi, my name is Mursad Rezaei, MERSAD REZAEI. I'm the president and founder of MECA, REZAEI. Got it? Okay. I'm the president and founder of MECA, Middle East Cultural Association. And we currently have, as Val, just like Val said, we have around 70 to 80 members in our club right now. And we started our club in February, pretty much. We're now getting approved, I guess. Our goals are to actually reduce discrimination against Middle Eastern students and Middle Eastern, the Middle Eastern culture in general. And how we're going to do that is to actually teach, not in a boring way, but in fun ways, to students how the culture actually goes, how the culture it actually is in the Middle East, rather than having them, judge the Middle Eastern students for not knowing anything. And I don't judge students or anyone else that doesn't know about the Middle East or Islam or Muslims and says something, but I think they should know about it before they judge. And some of the events that we're planning on doing is fundraisers. We're planning on doing community service like the food bank, Middle Eastern food contests. We're doing events on presenting and promoting the Middle Eastern culture, which we have one coming up, hopefully in the next week if it doesn't get canceled. Yes, that's it. Any questions?
I move to approve the Middle Eastern.
Yeah. Oh. I was just wondering if you guys were in collaboration with, I guess, the Kuwaiti club and the Saudi Arabian club.
So they are actually in our club, and I forgot to mention that we only have around 20 Middle Eastern members in our club, and the rest are regular, any students from any other countries, or either from America and anywhere else. So it's not a club that's only limited to Middle Eastern students. Anyone can join, learn, and help us out, teach everyone else about the Middle Eastern culture.
Okay, so the teachings are in the form of the cookout and those type of things.
Yes, we're planning on doing all that, hopefully.
Okay.
So yeah. Thank you.
Some question.
Any other questions?
I move to approve the Middle Eastern
Culture Association.
Senator Day has moved to approve the Middle Eastern Cultural Association, seconded by Senator Unanimous of the vote. Congratulations.
I don't know if it matters. It was just east, and east. So I don't know if that matters. And once again, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Some Vice President Ruiz. President's report.
Okay, say president's report.
Okay, that's me. No.
No.
I don't have anything for you guys this week. I just wanted to say that I am really proud of everything that you guys have accomplished this year. So I really do think that you guys will do well in your life. And for those of you returning, I know that you'll continue to do well. And with the new senators that we have in the back, you'll do an amazing job and accomplish a lot more than we ever could. So for those of you not returning, I know that you'll do bigger and better things in your life. So thanks.
Senator Henderson.
So for finance, we did a bunch of different things. So we did match deposit requests. We had 4 different organizations. We had Beta Alpha Psi, Society of Automotive Engineers, Alpha Kappa Psi, and the Professional Pharmacy Student Alliance. So each of those match deposit requests, it was the first time any of them received them, so all for the amount of max of $500. So I move to approve match deposit requests in the amount of $2,000.
Roll call.
Senator Henderson.
Senator Henderson has moved to approve match deposits in the amount of $2,000, seconded by Senator Brogan. Roll call has been called.
Senator Becker? Yes. Senator Brogan?
Yes.
Senator D'Amico?
Yes.
Senator Day?
Yes.
Senator Foltz?
Yes.
Senator Gale?
Yes.
Senator Garcia?
Yes.
Senator Herman?
Yes.
Senator Henderson?
Abstain.
Senator Hurtado?
Yes.
Senator Cameron?
Yes.
Senator Kasoon?
Yes.
Senator Marshall?
Yes.
Senator Mojica?
Yes.
Senator Perman?
Abstain.
Senator Ramal?
Yes.
Senator Salas?
Yes.
Senator Sargent?
Yes.
Senator Shrestha? Senator Walker?
Yes.
And with that motion carries. Senator,
I'd like to
Senator.
recognize Vice President Ruiz.
Okay, I'm still going. New club funding. So in finance, we moved to approve $200 in new club funding for Circle K International. So we need to approve that here as well. I move to approve $200 funding to Circle K International.
second.
All right. Senator Henderson has moved to approve Circle K and $200 for mutual funding. Second by Senator Gale. Roll call.
Senator Becker? Yes. Senator Brogan?
Yes.
Senator D'Amico?
Yes.
Senator Day?
Yes.
Senator Foltz?
Yes.
Senator Gale?
Yes.
Senator Garcia? Senator Herman?
Yes.
Senator Henderson?
Yeah.
Senator Hurtado?
Yes.
Senator Cameron?
Yes.
Senator Kasoon?
Yes.
Senator Marshall?
Yes.
Senator Mojica?
Yes.
Senator Perman?
Yes.
Senator Ramal?
Yes.
Senator Salas?
Yes.
Senator Sargent?
Yes.
Senator Shrestha?
Yes.
Senator Walker?
Yes.
With that motion carries.
Yeah, so the last thing we discussed was incentive points, which for all of you guys who don't know how that works, the way incentive points are calculated is any of the organizations can submit forms that says they participated or hosted X amount of events. They get a certain point allotment based off of what type of events those are. We had 26 organizations submit forms, and then we have $15,000 allocated to incentive points. And so because only 26 people participated, we added all those points, which came to 2,495 points, and divided 15,000 by that. And so then we take that and say, okay, every incentive point is worth $6.01. and so that's what we're approving. Does that all make sense? Do you have any questions about how that works? Okay, so I move to approve incentive points in the total amount of 2,495 points with a multiplier of $6.01.
Second.
All right, Senator Henderson has moved to approve incentive points at $6.01 for each point at 2,495, seconded by Senator Fields. Roll call.
Senator Becker? Yes. Senator Brogan?
Yes.
Senator D'Amico?
Yes.
Senator Day?
Yes.
Senator Foltz? Yes. Senator Dial?
Yes.
Senator Garcia?
Yes.
Senator Harmon?
Yes.
Senator Henderson?
Yes.
Senator Hurtado?
Yes.
Senator Kamen?
Yes.
Senator Kasoon?
Yes.
Senator Marshall?
Yes.
Senator Mojica?
Yes.
Senator Perman?
Yes.
Senator Ramal?
Yes.
Senator Salas?
Yes.
Senator Surgeon?
Yes.
Senator Shrestha? Senator Walker?
Yes.
And with that, motion carries.
That's all right.
Perfect. Schools committee.
Rules Committee reviewed Bill 533 and found no conflicts with it, so Rules Committee will be releasing by Bill 533 to sub. Yeah, we're releasing it to the Senate.
Perfect. Thank you. A&R.
There's a provisions.
Yes, we met Monday and we interviewed Logan to be our finance officer for the 2017 to 2018 year. We would like to approve. I move to approve Logan Schmidt as our 2017 finance officer.
Do that?
All right. Senator Foltz has moved to approve Logan Schmidt as the finance officer for the upcoming school year, seconded by Senator Hurtado. Unanimously. Okay, we can start. University outreach.
That's me. Couldn't remember. Just don't forget about the event this Saturday. We'll be meeting there at 8:30. Should be fine. Get freestyle, hopefully.
Also, this goes without saying, but we're Bengal gear.
Yeah, we're bingo game. So, but that's all I got. Thank you for everyone who came to Elder Falls Carnival. We loved it. What quotes around that? We had a great time.
Senator Day.
So parties this weekend, so just come and let everybody know about it. DJ's taken care of. Power's here, so it's gonna be at 6:30. 6 o'clock out on the quad. It's gonna last till 10. And it's gonna be lots of fun. So hopefully I see you at video. Yes, and wear white and clothes that we don't want from the inside.
Perfect. I look forward to that event. Senator Day.
I'm gonna use my teacher voice. No. So hopefully you guys read my email earlier. They were really expecting a lot of us there. I'm actually leaving teaching early to volunteer the last hour there. So there's 3 of us. Some more people to sign up because they're really expecting our help. And so for the blood drive tomorrow. So please sign up. I don't want to disappoint her emailing her tonight and saying we only have 3 Saturdays when she expected maybe 10. So
You told her
I told her Senna would help. So and that's the last event, service video event. So if you didn't do one, we'll put them on tomorrow. We had lots of chances.
We've done the food drive.
College of Arts and Commerce. That was a given. So I'll talk to you. Send me. I have a question.
Perfect.
Wait. I have a question.
Maria, where are they supposed to go tomorrow for the blood drive?
It is in the student lounge of the library.
Okay.
Library.
Alrighty. Senator Brown.
Yes. I move to suspend the innocent rule book, Article 8, Section 10, so that we may vote in a more efficient manner. Until next week.
How would you like to vote?
Yeas and nays.
Senator Byrne has moved to suspend Article 8, Section 10 in the rule book and the conflict requirements. Senator Woodward, seconded by
Second.
Senator Tamman. All right, is
Unanimous?
Unanimous. Perfect. All right, that'll make voting a lot easier. So the way it'll go is I will ask all those in favor, say aye, all those opposed, say nay.
You can stop saying.
And you can still say you absolutely. All right, Bill 533.
Check last week. Oh, no, too.
We have two Fridays.
Sorry.
All right, sorry about that. In the Senate Bill 533 by City Back Idaho Falls Vice President, sponsored by Alex Solis, College of Arts and Letters, Marielle Cannon, College of Education, Nancy Law, College of Business. The purpose of this bill is to add Idaho Falls campus core to the Senate Rule Book. Senate Rule Book, Article 2, ASISU Senator, Section 3, meetings. A, Senate meetings. The Senate shall meet at 7 p.m. every Wednesday at a place designated by the Vice President. Notice of meeting shall be given 1 week prior to regular meetings. The end of the year banquet will consider an additional and last meeting of the year. B, Idaho Falls Senate meetings. 2 Senate meetings shall be held on Idaho Falls campus. One will occur during the fall and the second during the spring semester. The dates of the meeting will be decided no later than the second meeting of the respective semester. On the date of the first meeting, the Idaho Falls Vice President shall organize a tour of the Idaho Falls campus prior to the beginning of campus caucus. The tour shall take no longer than 30 minutes. I move to approve Bill 533.
All right, Thursday Sauce. Move to approve Bill 533, second by Councilman Coulter.
Voice call.
All right, all those in favor?
Yeah.
Say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
Nay, Kim.
Nay.
All right, so the ayes have it. Bill 533 passes. Cool. Resolution 571.
And the Senate Resolution 571 by Emily Foltz College of Arts and Letters, sponsored by Jake Brogan, College of Technology, Stephanie Becker, College of Science and Engineering, Sam Danico, College of Science and Engineering, and Charles Harmon, College of Technology. The purpose of this resolution is to change the scholarship amount for the Elections Commissioner. Whereas the ASISU Senate has gone through changes to encourage efficiency and reflect budget cuts that require a change in the scholarship amount. Whereas the Elections Commissioner scholarship is not proportional to the amount of work done. Be it therefore resolved, we, the Associated Students of Iowa State University Senate, are in support of changing the scholarship amount for the ASISU Elections Commissioner to $700 for a full academic year.
There you go. All right, Senator Day.
I move to approve resolution 571.
All right, Senator Day has moved to approve resolution 571, seconded by Senator Walker. Votes also. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, motion carries. All right, resolution 572.
And the Senate Resolution 572 by Katie Beck, Idaho Falls Vice President, sponsored by Alex Solis, College of Arts and Letters, Mariella Cannon, College of Education. The purpose of this resolution is to add the Idaho Falls campus core to the Idaho Falls Vice President checklist. Whereas the Troy Idaho Falls campus to be organized by the Idaho Falls Vice President has been added to the Senate Rule Book, whereas the Senate stipend checklist should reflect changes made to the Senate Rule Book. Whereas the Idaho Falls Vice President checklist should include all duties of all Idaho Falls Vice President. Be it therefore resolved, the organization and implementation of the Idaho Falls campus core immediately preceding the Idaho Falls Senate meeting in the fall should be added to the Idaho Falls Vice President checklist. And there's, I move to approve resolution 572.
All right, Senator Solis has moved to approve resolution 572, seconded by Senator
the Senate Resolution 573. Emily Foltz, College of Arts and Letters, sponsored by Kevin Furman, College of Pharmacy, Charles Harmon, College of Technology, Jake Rogren, College of Technology. The purpose of the resolution is to change the scholarship amount for the Elections Commission members. Whereas the ASISU Senate has gone through changes to encourage efficiency and reflect budget cuts that require a change in scholarship amount. Whereas the Election Commission members' scholarships are not proportional to the amount of work done. Be it therefore resolved, we, the Associated Students of Ohio State University Senate, are in support of changing the scholarship amount for the ASISU Election Commission members to $250 each for a full academic year.
I move to approve Bill 573.
Point of inquiry. Sorry. So, there seems to be a misunderstanding of somebody's first name in the resolution. Can that be amended?
Can I just move to amend it?
Charles's real name's Richard.
If it's just a typo.
Okay.
Alright, so it's previous, four. Alright.
Seconded.
Second.
I did. Second.
Senator Walker. Alright, voice call. All those opposed say aye.
Aye.
All those.
Wait,
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay.
Nay.
Perfect. The ayes have it, resolution passes. Resolution 572.
In the Senate, Resolution 574, Emily Foltz, College of Arts and Letters, sponsored by Jake Program, College of Technology, Kevin Furman, College of Pharmacy, Richard Harmon, College of Technology. The purpose of this resolution is to change the scholarship amount for the Supreme Court justices. Whereas the ASISU Senate has gone through changes to encourage efficiency and reflect budget cuts that require a change in the scholarship amount. Whereas the Supreme Court justices' scholarships are not proportional to the amount of work done. Be it therefore resolved, we, the Associated Students of the Ohio State University Senate, are in support of changing the scholarships amount for the ASISU Supreme Court justices to $250 each for a full academic year.
Second.
I move to approve Resolution 574.
Second.
Senator Foltz has moved to approve Resolution 574, seconded by Senator Salas and Senator Castillo. Aye. Voice call. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Alright, ayes have it. Resolution 574 passes. Resolution 575.
In the Senate, Resolution 575, Emily Foltz, College of Arts and Letters, sponsored by Kevin Furman, College of Pharmacy, Richard Harmon, College of Technology, Jake Rogan, College of Technology. The purpose of this resolution is to change the scholarship amount for the Supreme Court Chief Justice. Whereas the ASISU Senate has gone through changes to encourage efficiency and reflect budget cuts that require a change in scholarship amount, whereas the Supreme Court Chief Justice scholarship is not proportional to the amount of work done. Be it therefore resolved, we, the Associated Students of Ohio State University Student Senate, are in support of changing the scholarships amount for the ASISU Supreme Court Chief Justice to $300 for a full academic year.
I move to approve resolution 575.
Second.
Senator Salas moves to approve Resolution 575, seconded by Senator Salas. Voice call. All those in favor. Oh, Senator Foltz. My bad. Voice call. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Resolution 575. Alright, Resolution 576.
In the Senate Resolution 576 by Joseph Sargent Graduate School, sponsored by Colton Walker College of Education, Jake Rogan College of Technology. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Supreme Court Chief Justice's responsibilities in the Senate stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of Chief of Staff has been eliminated, whereas the Chief of Staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the Supreme Court Chief Justice is over the Supreme Court Justices. Be it therefore resolved, the responsibility of reviewing the Supreme Court Justices' checklists shall be added to the Senate stipend rulebook under the Supreme Court Chief Justice's duties and responsibilities. The Supreme Court Chief Justice shall complete a monthly checklist, which will be kept on file by the ASISU Secretary. I move to approve resolution 576.
Second.
Alright, Senator, second, move to approve Resolution 576, seconded by Senator Cameron. Voice call. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed say nay. It's supposed to be nay. Alright,
In Senate Resolution 577 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Kingman Furman College of Pharmacy and Emily Foltz, College of Arts and Letters. The purpose of this resolution is to update the election commissioner's responsibilities in the student stipend rule book. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the election commissioner is in charge of the election commission members, whereas the election commissioner is part of the president's cabinet. Be it therefore resolved, the responsibility of reviewing election commission members' checklist shall be added to the Senate stipend rulebook under the election commissioner's duties and responsibilities. The elections commissioner shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the president. I move to approve resolution 577.
Second.
Senator Sargent has moved to approve resolution 577, seconded by Senator Cameron. Please call. All those in favor say yay.
Yay.
All those opposed say nay. Resolution 577 passes. Are you happy? All right, resolution 578.
In the Senate Resolution 578 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Ali Salas, College of Arts and Letters, Stephanie Becker, College of Science and Engineering. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Senate Pro Tempore's responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the Senate Pro Tempore is a part of the Senate, whereas the vice president is the president of the Senate. The Senate Pro Tempore shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the vice president. I move to approve resolution 578.
Second.
All right, Senator Sargent has moved to approve resolution 578, seconded by Senator Salas. Please call. All those in favor say yay.
Yay.
All opposed say nay. Resolution 578 passes. Resolution 579.
In the Senate, Resolution 579 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Matt Day, College of Science and Engineering, Stephanie Becker, College of Science and Engineering, Nancy Ramal, College of Business. The purpose of this resolution is to update the senator's responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the vice president is the president of the Senate. Each senator shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the vice president. I move to approve resolution 579.
Second.
All right, Senator Sargent has moved to approve resolution 579, seconded by Senator Sue. Please call. All those in favor say yay.
Yay.
All opposed say nay.
No.
Yes, have it, resolution 579 passes. All right, resolution 580.
In the Senate Resolution 580 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Ali Salas, School of Arts and Letters, and Emily Foltz, College of Arts and Letters. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Supreme Court Justice's responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the Supreme Court Chief Justice is in charge of the Supreme Court. Be it therefore resolved, each Supreme Court Justice shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the Supreme Court Chief Justice. I move to approve resolution 580.
Senator Sargent has moved to approve resolution 580, seconded by Senator Hammond. If those in favor say aye.
Yay.
Yay.
Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Resolution 580 passes. Yes.
Point of personal privilege.
All right. Remember, you gotta be back in time for roll call.
I know.
Resolution 581.
In the Senate Resolution 581 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Kevin Kerman, College of Pharmacy, and Nancy Ramal, College of Business. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Elections Commission members' responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. The position of Chief of Staff has been eliminated, whereas the Chief of Staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position. Whereas the Elections Commissioner is in charge of the Elections Commission members, be it therefore resolved, the Election Commission members shall complete monthly checklists and return to the Elections Commissioner. Move to approve resolution 581.
Second.
All right, Senator Sargent has moved to approve resolution 581, seconded by Senator Gay. All those in favor say yay.
Yay.
All those opposed say nay. All right, the yeas have it. Resolution 581 passes. Resolution 582.
In the Senate, Resolution 582 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Colton Walker, College of Education, and Jake Brogan, College of Technology. The purpose of this resolution is to update the president's responsibilities in the Senate stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the president is over the president's cabinet members. Be it therefore resolved, the responsibility of reviewing vice president, finance officer, and elections commissioner checklist shall be added to the Senate stipend rulebook under the president's duties and responsibilities. The president shall complete a monthly checklist, which will be kept on file by the ASISU secretary. I move to approve resolution 582.
Second.
All right, Senator Sargent, Senator Vice Senator Furlong, all those in favor, say
Yay.
Opposed, say nay. All right, ayes have it, resolution 582 passes. Resolution 583.
In the Senate Resolution 583 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Brittany Garcia, Graduate School, and Christoph Kassoon, College of Arts and Letters. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Vice President's responsibilities in the Senate stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of Chief of Staff has been eliminated, whereas the Chief of Staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the Vice President is the President of the Senate, whereas the Vice President is part of the President's cabinet. Be it therefore resolved, the responsibility of reviewing all Senator checklists shall be added to the Senate stipend rulebook under the Vice President's duties and responsibilities. The Vice President shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the President. I move to approve Resolution 583.
Second. All right, Senator Sargent, move to approve resolution 583, second by Senator Freeman, roll call. All those in favor, say yea.
Yay.
All those opposed, say nay. All right, the yeas have it, resolution 583 passes. Senator Kevin.
I'd like to recognize Senator Walker.
All right, resolution 583.
In the Senate Resolution 584 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Johnny Henderson, College of Science and Engineering, and Christoph Kassoon, College of Arts and Letters. The purpose of this resolution is to update the finance officer's responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of chief of staff has been eliminated, whereas the chief of staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the finance officer is part of the president's cabinet. Be it therefore resolved, the finance officer shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the president. I move to approve resolution 584.
Second.
All right, Senator Sargent, move to approve resolution 584, second by Senator Hammond. All right, all those in favor say yea.
Yay.
All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it, resolution 584 passes. Last one, 585.
In the Senate, Resolution 585 by Jessica Sargent, Graduate School, sponsored by Brittany Garcia, Graduate School, and Christoph Kassoon, College of Arts and Letters. The purpose of this resolution is to update the Idaho Falls Vice President's responsibilities in the student stipend rulebook. Whereas the position of Chief of Staff has been eliminated, whereas the Chief of Staff no longer fulfills the responsibility of reviewing checklists, whereas the responsibility of reviewing checklists needs to be assigned to a different position, whereas the Idaho Falls Vice President is part of the President's cabinet. Be it therefore resolved, the Idaho Falls Vice President shall complete a monthly checklist and return it to the President. I move to approve Resolution 5.
Second. All right, Senator Sargent, move to approve resolution 585, second by Senator Hammond. All those in favor say yea.
Yay.
All those opposed say nay. Nay. The ayes have it, resolution 585 passes. At this time, we will open up the gallery for any questions and answers. Seeing as there's no one.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Okay, yes, do we need to suspend rules for next week?
No, it's.
It's in the list.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Senator Gale has moved to adjourn, seconded by Senator Walker.
Senator Becker, Senator Brogan, Senator Pico, Senator Day,
Present.
Senator Fitz, Senator Gale,
Here.
Senator Garcia, Senator Harmon.
Here.
Senator Henderson.
Here.
Senator Hurtado. Here. Senator Cameron. Here. Senator Kasoon.
Here.
Senator Marshall.
Present.
Senator Mojica.
Here.
Senator Perman.
Here.
Senator Lamar.
Here.
Senator Salas.
Present.
Senator Sargent.
Here.
Senator Shrestha.
Here.
Senator Walker.
Here.
And then Ganesh. Caitlin. Shakar. Talon. Leighton. Liam. And Jessica.
Right, and with that, the meeting is adjourned at 7:36.
They can save these, right?
No. So, if you are returning and you have the same college, so Herman, you gotta leave yours here.